Top 5 Haunted Castle. Number 1 Dalhousie. Dalhousie Castle was built in the 13th century on the banks of the Esk River in Scotland, not far from Edinburgh. The first resident was Simon of Ramsey, and the castle stayed with the same clan for almost 800 years until 1977. Legend has it that a Ramsey lord of the 16th century had a mistress named Lady Catherine. When his wife found out, she imprisoned Catherine in the castle and starved her to death. Her ghost is said to haunt Dalhousie Castle to this day, sometimes tapping guests on the shoulder. Dalhousie is now a luxury hotel and a popular spot for weddings. Ownership of the castle changed hands just a couple of months ago. Number 2 Houska Castle. Houska Castle is nicknamed the Gateway to Hell. Built in the 13th century in what is now the Czech Republic, it is said to have been constructed over a bottomless well that is a portal to hell, and therefore the structure was built to contain it instead of protecting residents from outside forces. The legend says, when construction of the castle began, local prisoners who had been sentenced to death were invited to the site and offered a reprieve for being lowered down into the cave and then reporting their findings. The first volunteer was lowered down, and after only a few seconds after disappearing into the darkness his screams were heard above. When unfortunate fellow was pulled to the surface his hair had gone white and he was still screaming. The prisoner was sent to an insane asylum where he died 2 days later from unknown causes. The current owners have renovated the castle, and opened it to the public for the first time only in 1999. Houska Castle was the subject of the TV show Ghost Hunters International in 2009. Number 3 Bran Castle. This is Bran Castle near Brașov, in the Transylvania region of Romania. It has become famous as Dracula's castle, but historians don't think the despot Vlad the Impaler ever actually lived there. According to some accounts, he spent a couple of days in the dungeon of Bran Castle as the guest of the Ottoman Empire. However, Bran Castle inspired Bram Stoker's writings, and it was also used in some Dracula films. It's scary looking enough. Number 4 Chillingham Castle. Chillingham Castle is promoted as the most haunted castle in Britain, and they might be right. The castle does have quite a history. Some of it is fact and some of it is unverified. There have been 8 verified executions in the castle and even more killings. And the most haunted spirit is called the Blue Boy. This ghost stems from a story that when they were renovating the castle they discovered a secret area behind a wall where there were 2 remains, one of which was a boy. And upon inspecting the remains the boy's corpse was found to have had its fingertips damaged, which leads to the speculation that they were buried alive behind the wall and the boy damaged his own fingers trying to get out. Whether it's true or not, it's still creepy. Number 5 Leap Castle. Leap Castle is in County Offaly, Ireland. It was built by the violent O'Carroll clan in the early 1500s, and was the scene of numerous murders, often among family members. The victims are said to still walk the halls, and even move things around. Another legend says that the castle was built over a Druid initiation site, and maintains the spiritual energy that caused it to be chosen for that purpose. The most common apparition at Leap Castle is called the Elemental, although who it is supposed to represent is still debated.